You have spent hours into your videos, hit publish, and your view count has stopped. And you are convinced that it is the YouTube algorithm, right? If you are a creator and you feel like you are fighting a mysterious battle with the YouTube mysterious algorithm, stick around because this video is for you. My name is Enegide Efe and I help people grow their YouTube channel. Honestly, blaming the algorithm is the biggest mistake you can make. Today, we are ripping off the band-aid and we are giving you the real reason your videos are not being seen. Stick around because the last reason is the real reasons why most creators are not getting seen. The algorithm isn't your enemy. The algorithm is your audience. Look, the YouTube algorithm job is simple: to keep people on YouTube. It shows viewers the video it think they will actually want to watch. So if your videos are published on YouTube and viewers that are coming to YouTube at that particular point in time are not interested in the topic of your video, that means the algorithm cannot carry your video to those set of audience. So what you need to do is to find a way to target the audience that will be interested in your video. A quick solution would be that know what the audience are looking for and give what the audience are looking for instead of blaming the algorithm for your problem. The algorithm is not the issue. The issue is that your video is not resonating with the audience, and the algorithm function is simply to carry the video that resonates with audience to those audience that it resonates with. So come to think about it, if you upload your video and the audience that is watching your video click away after 10 seconds, that is a signal. And if they did not even click at all, that is another signal. So YouTube algorithm is learning from the audience behavior and not your intention. You might have the correct intention, but the audience is not interested in your intention. They are interested in the value you are giving. And once you are not giving that value that interests them, then the algorithm study the behavior of the audience and give the audience the video that suits them. So that tells you something. It means that you should stop looking for ways to please the algorithm. Instead, look for ways to satisfy and please your audience that your videos are supposed to be directed to. So when you please your audience, the algorithm pushes your video without any choice to your audience. So let's look at an example of a mall. For example, in the Nigeria case, we have ShopRite. ShopRite is not a fast food company on its own, or a book outlet, or where they sell clothes, or where they sell shoes. They are not the owner of every outlet in the mall, but instead they created a place where every other businesses and company can come and sell their products to consumers. So they created the place for consumers that will come and buy, so they will get paid from those suppliers that are selling in their mall. Take the mall as YouTube algorithm or as YouTube. So you as a creator, you are the seller in that place. You are coming there to advertise your product and sell your products. To who? Not to the algorithm, but to the people, customers coming to buy. Is it food you are selling? They are coming to buy your food. If it is clothes you are selling shoes, they are coming to buy your shoes. So you don't expect the algorithm to be more focused on you, the creator of those videos, than the audience that are interested in watching your video for their own consumption, because it is the consumer that has the money. It is the consumer that should have the attention and not the producer in this case now, because YouTube will not make money from you. They will make money from viewers, audience coming to YouTube. So they have to do everything possible to ensure that viewers keep on coming to YouTube. And to do that, they will need your help to ensure that you create exactly what the viewers are interested in. And so once you come in as a creator to create what the viewers are interested in. Not that you are not important, it's just that the attention cannot be on you because you are not the only creator on YouTube. So the attention will only be on the viewer, and attention will also be on what the viewer is interested in. So the audience interest is what interests YouTube, because that is what makes the YouTube algorithm to grow. That is what will make YouTube to continue functioning. That is what makes YouTube to continue being useful. So the mall owner is interested in you, but more interested in the fact that they ensure that customers keep coming. If you are not interested in selling, they will look for another person that is interested in selling. Their own is just to ensure that they create incentive for your business to thrive. They create incentive for customers to come in. And once that is done, their work is done. So your own work is to ensure that you are able to sell what the customer is looking for. So you are not the center of attraction. The algorithm will not be focused on you. No matter how good your video is, no matter how explanatory your video is, no matter how funny your video is, if it is not funny to the viewers, then your video is as useless as it can be. Number two, your title and your thumbnail aren't doing their job. This is probably the most common culprit, because your titles and your thumbnails are your first impression to the viewers. And if your viewers are not impressed with your title or your thumbnail, they are definitely not going to click your video. So if your title are boring, confusing, and they are not promising value, your audience will definitely not going to click that your video. So ensure that your titles and your thumbnail are promising value, and they are also what? Not boring and confusing. Some thumbnails are very confusing because you not even understand what the video will be about, and that's like the first interaction with your audience. So ensure your thumbnails and your titles are attractive enough for your audience. All right, we see this a lot. Creators will do a very good video but give a generic title to their video. Titles like "My Trip to Rome," and you will see the thumbnail is just a selfie picture like this showing "My Trip to Rome." You see, that is generic. That is what anybody out there can do. What if you give a title like "5 mistakes people make when they travel to Rome," or "5 things you need to avoid," or "5 things you must not do if you are in Rome"? You see, that is different. That will make somebody will want to really watch your video or want to really see your video, because you are solving a particular problem. Unlike when you say your trip to Rome, many people have actually been to Rome. Many people are planning to go to Rome. So if you say your trip to Rome, they will say, okay, well, it's also my trip to Rome. So it doesn't make any difference. But with a title like "5 mistakes you must avoid while traveling to Rome," or "5 things you must not do if you are in Rome," things like that is already promising value. It's already giving a vision to the audience, and with that, the audience have something they are expecting, and so that will make them not only click your video but will be tempted to watch your video to the end. And for your thumbnail, you see, from the example I made earlier, if you do a thumbnail of, say, you just show a selfie picture and that is it, there is nothing in the background, at least thumbnails like that should have a clear picture of one very good landscape in Italy. 1, 2, the write-up should be very clear and precise. That alone will be very, very catchy. So your title and thumbnail have done their job, right? And someone clicked. Now what? If every of the audience that clicked your video log off at the first 30 seconds, some even 10 seconds, 20 seconds, that means that there is something wrong with your hook and your initial value delivery. Remember the hook we speak about from the beginning of this video, right? Because that hook is very important. You have to do something immediately as you start recording your video to keep your viewers for the next 15 to 30, even to the next 60 seconds, to ensure that you are telling them things that will make them want to stay in the video. You will need to answer questions like, what problem are you solving? What question are you answering? And what entertainment you are giving out. Beyond the hook, is your content actually delivering on the promise? Are you providing actual value, or you are just rambling? See, your content must actually be providing the real value. If not, even if you are able to hook people for 30 seconds to 60 seconds without a real content that will give them value, you will not be able to retain those people in your channel, and your retention graph will be affected. So the next point is your audience retention. How well are you able to retain your audience to watching your video? And there are different factors that lead to this audience retention. If you are not able to retain your audience in your video, then the algorithm will be notified that something is wrong with this video, and that is the reason why many of the audience will drop off at certain points. And once they drop off, the algorithm will definitely not be pushing your video. If you have up to like 20, 30, 40 audience doing the same thing, watching your video to the end of the video, that means you've alerted the algorithm that your video is good enough to push to other audience, and therefore the algorithm will push your video to every other audience that is interested in that topic. So what does that tell you? It tells you that audience retention is king. So you should take your audience retention graph in your YouTube studio very seriously. So the question is, why do people really leave your video? One, boring intro, like we just said, no hook. Poor pacing, too slow, too fast, no pacing. Bad audio or video quality. Is either there is no audio or your video is distracting. And lastly, lack of visual interest. Like, for example, just talking head straight for like 10 minutes. So you are not making any gesture. You are doing as if it is AI. So if your video is not AI, why behaving like this AI? What makes you human is that you behave like a human. So do all of these corrections and you will see the algorithm might probably push your video. So the trick is you need to actually keep viewers engaged throughout the video. You can use in your editing, use B-rolls, ensure that you are showing text in your video and not just only somebody talking. That can actually make somebody to feel boring. Like you have been watching this video, you'll be seeing text, you'll be seeing some other things, some descriptions, things that keeps people engaging. So you have to engage your viewer throughout the video. Even if it's going to be a 1 hour video, just engage them. Make sure they are watching what you are doing. So the next thing we are going to talk about is if you are targeting the right audience, or should I say you are not targeting the right audience. This is a big one because you need to really know who you are making videos for. So the question is, who are you actually making videos for? Are you making videos for some certain set of group, or you are making videos for everyone? You see, there is this saying that if you want to kill 15 birds with one stone, you will end up killing none, because with one stone you are targeting all the birds at the same time. You will not kill anyone. Why? Because all of them will end up flying away. But if you ensure that you place your target on one particular bird, you might end up getting that particular bird, and that is what is happening on YouTube, because you have to ensure that the YouTube algorithm knows your audience. You have to actually what be talking to certain audience and fix your attention on those audience. And that is where the YouTube algorithm will be able to what push your video because you are actually targeting some certain audience. So the point is you need to actually know your audience and what they want. How do they talk? What really interests them? If your audience are people that don't speak a certain language, for example, if your audience don't speak English language, you don't expect to get them with English language. And if your audience like native dialect, say Yoruba or Igbo or Hausa or Robo or any kind of other language, or maybe your audience speaks Chinese, they like when the language is Chinese. You don't expect people that are not Chinese speaking to be interested in your video. So, if your view counts are low, stop blaming the algorithm. You are the problem. Instead, you should look at these things that I have talked about earlier and ensure that you do the necessary thing possible to see that your videos are being recognized by the algorithm. Start looking at the fundamental areas. Areas like your audience understanding, your titles and thumbnails, your retention graph, that is your audience retention graph, your niche targeting, that is you are making your video for some specific audience, not for everybody. Then make use of SEO. I will explain SEO in my next video. Promotion and consistency. Ensure that you post at least one video every week. The social media space is a big space, a very large space. The whole world is on social media. And so if you are not promoting your video, you are simply not telling the whole world about what you have to offer. So today, tell the whole world what you have to offer and see your video skyrocketing. If you found this breakdown helpful, that means you want to stop guessing and start growing. And as such, you should click the notification button, subscribe to this channel, and like and comment on this video. Which of these points do you struggle with the most? Please let me know in the comment section. See you in my next video.